Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this. That's right, the second episode of the KieranCast. Using my other camera, so hopefully I look better, or it's not going to fuck up like it did last time. So thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for leaving comments, so I can talk about stuff in this video. I do realize that all these games are really old, but there's currently nothing out, so I figure it's better to give my opinion on them than no opinion at all. But then once it kicks back up, with Shadow of War and all that stuff, definitely be talking about those in future. Now, before we get into anything, someone asked me if I can do an MP3 that you can stream or download. If anyone has any idea, I know how to do it, like just upload it to like Mediafire, but if there's like an easier way that you can stream it, let me know without creating a website and putting it on fucking iTunes again, which was a nightmare. So yeah, if you want that, let me know. So today we are talking about, I'm going to review for you guys Tom Clancy Wildlands, Persona 5, and Horizon Zero Dawn. And of course, we're going to get into your answers of what's a crap game that you love. But for next week or next time on the KieranCast, I'm going to ask you another question. That's right, so get your thinking caps on. Didn't you hate when teachers said that? It's so patronising. My thinking cap is always on, bitch. What are we going to talk about? I can't remember. Oh, I want to know, like, what was the game that convinced you that, wow, games are a serious thing. This is, instead of watching movies or playing Gridiron or collecting stamps, what was the game that convinced you that games are my hobby or a passion or a lifestyle choice, or I want to get into making games or reviewing games? Let me know. I'm interested. I think we'll get a decent conversation out of that question. But leave your comments or email me, KieranCast@gmail.com, or send a video or a voicemail or whatever you want to do. It's up to you. So yeah, let's get into Tom Clancy Wildlands, which came out a few months ago. Now, look, I'm going to discuss briefly what I actually like about this game, because it's probably not that much. Well, it is not that much. The combat... Now, let me set the game up. So, it is an open world... More open world Division is how I would describe it. So, it's an open world in Bolivia that's just fucking massive, and you and your friends, or you by yourself, which is what I did, can go and just fuck shit up. So, you are there to destabilize a drug cartel. And it's a third-person shooter by Ubisoft. So the combat in this game is actually quite good. There are so many ways that you can do stuff. For instance, the missions are kill this guy, capture this guy, fuck this thing up. And that's pretty much it, but I'll bitch about that in a moment. So the gameplay is actually quite fun. The way that you can customize all your weapons, the way that you can customize your character is great. However, I do take umbrage because you unlock heaps of weapons, but normally they are shittier than the one that you started with. It's because you're never not going to use a silencer, because stealth is a big way to play this game, and that's how I played it until I got bored. Because you are doing the same fucking thing. Go here, kill everyone. And that's really fun, like doing it stealthy, and you pretend like, holy fuck, I'm a Navy SEAL or whatever. And then you're like, fuck this shit, call in mortar strikes, and let's just get this fucking done. And that's like the theme of this game. It's just tiring. And it's just, you get really bored. But the combat mechanically is sound. Like, people don't take that many hits. One shot in the head is normally enough. There's bullet drop. Sniping is fun as fuck. So do it stealthy, do it snipery. That's how I played it. But then again, unfortunately, you get bogged down in how boring it is to keep doing the same thing. But you can call in mortar strikes, you can call in rebel distractions, because obviously you're trying to build the rebels up while trying to destabilize this massive drug cartel. So yeah, look, it could be fun in co-op. I didn't play co-op because I didn't want to subject anyone else to this game, or I didn't want to invite anyone else. And Tanner has it, but I don't think he has live, and he's never on because he's a prick. So yeah. I can't. But again, just because you're playing things like co-op seems to be like the saving element for so many games that are really crap. Oh, but you can play it in co-op. Anything in co-op generally is fun, because it's kind of like the game comes second because you're talking shit and playing, having a good time. So look, it may be amazing in co-op, but I can't talk on that. But yeah, it is good at the start because you're learning the combat, stealthy, all that fun stuff. But then it just gets bogged down because it's boring and there's just too much. The world is too big and too sparse. There's really nothing going on, and there's like 4 mission types. Kill this person, capture this person, blow this fucking thing up, protect this guy. That's pretty much it. And it's that ad nauseum. So the map is segmented into like, well, this gang boss, or like Well, you got the gang boss and then you got the lieutenants or whatever. So think Crackdown or even Saints Row. So they control different parts of the map and they're different varying difficulties, but there's nothing unique about them, like the mission type. There's nothing unique. I mean, it's unique of like sometimes you're blowing up a submarine instead of blowing up a car. That's like as unique as it gets. So it gets really repetitive. And there is a lot of them and it is fucking boring. To start off with, you're like, yeah, fuck this. I'm going to take over this motherfucking country. And then it's like, well, I can't be bothered. At all, because this is just so tiring and so bullshit. It's just the same content, it's the same missions, and it's so samey and repetitive and boring and bullshit, and I don't like it for that reason. It's just, and the world that you're playing in is just, look, I was bitching about this in my other video, it's just so big. I mean, just because things are big, hang on, just because game worlds are big does not make them good. Look at Grand Theft Auto 5. Great game. But fucking hell, half of that map really didn't need to be there. This is that times 11. There's just massive open spaces that you do nothing in. It's just too big for its own sake. There's too much content. And look, too much content is a legitimate complaint because it is the same shit. Time and time and time again. And the way that you traverse the thing, get a helicopter. All the vehicle controls really suck too, so that doesn't help. So maybe playing in co-op and letting someone else drive is a good idea because there's just so, like I said, there are so many rocks and crevices, so you can't off-road in a car. And Wardo pointed out, well, you can just call in a helicopter and that negates that. Look, this is a complaint I have with people and reviews in general, just because, like, oh, I didn't like this game element. Yeah, but in 30 hours it changes. That does not negate my initial complaint. Just because you can work around or circumnavigate it doesn't take away that the driving in this game sucks. There's too many fucking rocks that you can't off-road, and it will start a ton of arguments in co-op. And don't look, the story is crap and the characters are boring. The writing is cringeworthy. Like there's this chick you have to take down, and like her audio diaries are her about like fantasizing about some dead guy because he's still got a boner even though he's dead. It's just weird. And then like the US Army guys you're playing say the weird, look, I don't know any like US Special Forces or any Special Forces, but I'm assuming they don't go around blowing shit up and then when they get caught go, oh, shitballs. I've never, maybe it's an American thing, I've never heard anyone seriously say shitballs before. And their writing is like they try and be edgy and funny and have that like army squad like banter, and it just does not work at all. The story sucks, very cookie cutter, a little bit of a twist at the end which like was crap. So yeah, I can't honestly recommend Tom Clancy if you are really bored and it is really cheap and you love open world games and you can probably play for like 10 hours, you know, you're not looking to finish it and it's cheap, pick it up. But I can't honestly recommend it to anyone. So that is my review of Tom Clancy Wildlands. Game is not good. Tell me what you think. I mean, there's great customization, there's great combat, but it's too samey, it's too boring, the story sucks. But maybe in co-op, it completely saves it, as co-op has done with a lot of other games. But it's hard now to organize co-op and get people to firstly invest in a really crap game. So don't pick it up unless you're really bored or... again, can't recommend it. So that game sucks. Now, let me talk about Persona 5. Persona 5, if you don't know, I cannot find a copy anywhere, so I don't know if they printed that many copies to bring to Australia, but I picked mine up pretty much at launch because I really wanted to play it, because I've heard nothing but great things about Persona, and like the one before was like on fucking PlayStation 2, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to get it. I'm not a big fan of Japanese games, but I'm going to try it. So Persona 5 is how do you fucking describe it? Social simulating, romance simulating, turn-based Japanese role-playing game. And I know that sounds fucking terrible to most of you, but it's actually quite a great game. So before I start saying how good it is, because anyone can do that, I'm going to talk about what fucking pissed me off. Okay, the story, Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Okay, so... Japanese people, I'm learning, or Japanese video game developers, have a fetish for two things. Trains. There is fucking trains galore in this fucking game. You can't... The loading screen is a train. The menu screen is a train. Same with Zelda. Fucking Spirit Tracks. Same with a lot of Japanese games. You guys love trains. Good on ya. I get it. Probably because they're bullet trains and they're really fast. But here, the trains are like... So don't get that connection. Fucking people driving down the street too fast. Slow down, you fuckhead. Anyway, sorry. What was I talking about? Yeah. And a redemption thing. You guys love to be redeemed. So the story in this game, I shit you not, this kind of reminded me of that surgical simulator where you're like in prison for 250 years and they're like, well, if you come and help us do thing, we'll take 50 years off the sentence. Reminds me of that. So anyway, you're a kid and you go to high school and all that fun stuff, and then you're walking down the street minding your own business, and you see some poor woman getting attacked, and you think, well, you know what? I better stand up for this poor woman, as I'm a macho man, and you do. And then the guy who was attacking the woman sues you, and then you get taken to like some kind of odd town where some random dude's looking after you so you can redeem yourself and make yourself a decent member of society. It is just the weirdest fucking setup that it's just... And then that comes along, oh, I will sue you. It's fucking weird, man. It's like, it makes sense and it is fun in the game, but as a whole, it's fucking weird and stupid. The other thing that irritates the living shit out of me with this game, and this is the same of a lot of other Japanese games I've played, there is no fucking autosave. I was bitching about this, everyone was bitching about this. I don't start, oh, that's just the way Japanese games are. Bullshit. Fucking everyone bitched about this when Grand Theft Auto 4 came out because there was no autosaves and there was no checkpoints. I'm not talking checkpoints. Just give me an autosave. When I go into a different day... Oh, I probably should have explained that. So the game works is it's time-based. So you've got X amount of days to do X amount of things. And normally I hate that shit, but it actually works quite well in this game. It sucks in Dead Rising, but in this game it works quite well because you have to micromanage and manage yourself so you're getting the best points and skills and stuff that you can get. And then at night, you turn into the Phantom Thieves who go into different worlds to change people's hearts so they'll stop being mean. And in that's where the combat and most of the game is. So, when you enter the world, doesn't autosave. You have to manually save every fucking time. And sometimes my PlayStation 4 will just randomly turn off, so I have to fucking redo shit. And the thing with turn-based games is sometimes shit just does not go your way. So why the fuck should I have to go back to my manual save when you could just auto-save me to this level or this world or this battle instead of having to go fucking days of progress lost in the game because you can't be bothered to put a fucking autosave in. It's inexcusable, and if you're like, well, it makes the game too fucking easy, don't use it. That's what irritates me. Don't fucking bitch about them not having an me bitching about them not having an autosave because you don't want one. I do. It's fucking 2017. Oh, give me fucking autosave. It makes me fucking incensed. So yes. So the game is set up as you're a high school student, and so during the day, you've got X amount of hours to dedicate to your school, and then after that, the day is yours. So you can go into the world and get more points. You can go to a library and boost up your skills. You can go out with chicks. You can go out with guys. You can eat cheeseburgers. It's yours. And that time mechanic actually works because otherwise I couldn't see how it would work. It would be too open-ended. I mean, in Dead Rising, the time mechanic was shit and made no sense. So yeah, the combat, when you get into it, the turn-based, is actually fun. I normally don't like turn-based combat. I like turn-based strategy games because, like, of Age of Empires, everyone's too fast. I can't keep up. But Civilization I'm pretty good at because we're all at the same speed. So yeah, the combat is actually quite fun. It's really diverse because, as the game name implies, Persona is a mask that other things see, I get really confused when trying to describe this, so I'm going to try the best I have. Is that other characters in the realm have, so you can take their mask and unlock their personas, and then you can take those personas and fuse them together to create another persona. So there would be countless fucking personas in this game, with different skills. Or you can pick one and level it up to the shithouse. All your teammates have different personas as well, and there's different teammates, so you're not stuck with the same ones. So the combat is actually really good, and I actually quite enjoy it because it's so different, and you can change personas in combat, so it's not like you're stuck using the same one. So, you know, every persona has weaknesses and strengths, and once you scout them, then you know for next time you face them and so forth, so on. The way you actually get the masks is a bit weird. You have to go through this odd dialogue choice once you've weakened them, and like it's ambiguous as to which one you have to pick. So yeah, look, I apologize if I'm doing a shit job explaining this game. It's just so fucking weird for me to try and describe how this game works that it's odd. The production values in the game is great. It's got that anime look. I'm not really into anime stuff, but I appreciate it for this game because it actually looks and pays off really well. The voice acting is great. I have no problems with that. The writing, again, is weird. Look, Japanese people are just weird. We need to accept that. But it's just like... And it does that horrible fucking Japanese video game thing with ... Don't give me ... Just don't give me anything. We're past this. This irritates me. And then, like... This is in Yakuza as well. So... You're having a full-on cutscene. Full-on. Voices. It's a video thingy. Then it'll just skip to kind of like dialogue, but they're still saying the words. Then all of a sudden it'll just skip to grunts or words. So they're having a full conversation like, oh, this is a great day, isn't it? And then all of a sudden it'll just go, yes, this is a good day in text, but the character go, or hi, or yeah. And it's fucking weird, man. Because Japanese games and this one go on and on and on with fucking exposition to a fault in this game, I think. It just goes on and on. It's just weird writing. Look, if you're mad into Japanese culture and Japanese games, you probably love this, and you should, because it's a very Japanese game. But I'm coming from an outside perspective. Still a great game. Like, I can't recommend this game enough. Although it's heavy. It's heavy. If you're not like a hardcore gamer or you've never really played Japanese games before, I would probably try something else, because it's a big leap to make without knowing exactly what you're in for. The relationships you form with all your characters is quite interesting, although it's got that bad thing I don't like from like The Sims or Fable is a great example. You do X, so then she will like you 5 more points. I like it to be a bit more ambiguous. I don't like it's like, oh, they like you 67%. It's odd, and I hated it in Fable, although it's a lot better in this. It's a lot more dynamic, but in Fable it was like, oh, I farted. I like you 5 more percent. It's fucking, you know what I mean? It's not really, it's just, I don't like it so compartmentalized. Like, oh, she likes you 75%. It's just weird. It's fun to play both in the real world and in the Persona world. There's a name for it, and I can't remember the name. Palaces. You really have to play this game or watch someone play this game to really understand what the fuck I'm talking about, because I just know. It's like I'm speaking Arabic or something. But yeah, there's heaps to do in both worlds. It doesn't feel too repetitive because, again, it's timed, so you have to make the judgment call of what stats do I want to increase. And why do I want to increase them? The more you increase them, the more things you can do. The customization of the characters is good because you can give them different weapons. You can buy different weapons. You can go on different quests. In the metaverse, that's it. I remembered it. So yeah, look, I'm going to stop talking about it because I feel like I'm doing a really shit job of explaining what the hell this game is because it's just so fucking weird. In short, Japanese people have a train and redemption fetish. This game is great, but very fucking weird. So I recommend it. Although, again, if you're not used to these kind of games or not used to more of a serious, like, hardcore weird game, maybe try something else. Because it's a lot to pick up and play without really knowing what you're in for. So watch a couple of videos and yeah, pick it up. It's a great game. I haven't seen a copy in stores since I fucking bought mine, so I don't even know if you can get it here anymore. So yeah. Persona 5, I fully recommend. Great game for the PlayStation 4, as most of the exclusives are. So, let's get into my last game that I'm going to review for you guys, and that is Horizon Zero Dawn. I actually remember the title. I'm not going to call that fucking Metal Dinosaur game, even though I kind of want to, because it is. Now, let's address the elephant in the room before I review this. Kieran, I hear you say, didn't you have some kind of part in the creation of this game? Well, yes, I did. I am the model. I haven't got my mohawk up now, but I am the model of a character in this game. It looks like me. It is fucking creepy. I'm going to do like that Lindsay Lohan fucking thing and sue them. No, actually, no. Fuck that, because it's fucking incredible. When this game came out, everyone was tweeting at me, holy fuck, you look like the character in this game. And I do. He's a very good-looking guy. And he's a drunk in the game, too. So fucking hell, art imitates life, I suppose. So yeah. I didn't actually have a part in this game. I'm being sarcastic. But he looks like me. It's weird. I'll put a photo up so you can have a look. Now, Horizon Zero Dawn is a PlayStation 4 exclusive. They came out fucking ages ago. But I'm going to talk to you about this game. So what is this game? It's the Sony cookie cutter game. It's a third person action stealthy game with some niche element in it, and that niche element is metal fucking dinosaurs from the past. Because you're in a dystopian future thousands of years from when it happened. That is what I love about this game. It is so fucking creative. To come up with a world like this where it's like, early man, but early man from fucking hundreds of years from now, thousands of years from now, is just a unique thing that I really like. And I like all the metal dinosaurs, and I love the story behind it and how it all happened. I'm not going to spoil that for you because that's probably one of the main parts about this game, but it's just so creative, the way that they've designed and made this game, and I'm so happy that they're working on something other than shitty Killzone. So, it's another game that put fucking collectibles on the map. God damn you, that is my kryptonite. But yeah, everything about this game is creative, and that's what I really like. It's got a great setting, a great story, great characters, great voice acting. It looks fucking incredible. It sounds really great. Can't praise it enough. However, I just, from playing it for a while, got really bored of the combat. So the combat in this game is, I would akin it much like The Witcher, but more bow and arrowy, and use your traps and potions and stuff. And it bores me because I have to do it every fucking time. I never really felt like I was a super badass, which is fine, I suppose, but as you unlock more skills, you can become a super badass, but I never got that far. But it really started to feel like a grind to me. It's not bad. The combat's fine. It's actually really good. It just got too repetitive and too much. So I found myself towards the end of the game just fucking running past everything because I just wanted to get it done. Because the melee combat is actually quite shitty. The bow and arrow stuff's good. The combat's good. The melee is just, it's so-so, but it's so much of it. And even though, you're looking at the metal dinosaur things and going, well, this one's weak to electricity or fire or whatever, it's just because you're using a different trap or different bow, it doesn't necessarily change the combat. You can play it stealthy if you want and hijack the animals and make them fight on your side, but it's too time consuming and it got really boring towards the end. At the start, it's really great. It just kind of drags on. The interface in the game is fucking terrible. It's just not good. It's weird because it's one of those games where if you push the menu button, you can't get to the map from there, but if you go to the map, you can get to the menu kind of thing. I don't understand how that works. I'm not a big fan of the inventory system. I like that you can upgrade your character. That's great. Put different outfits on, buy stuff. Ashley Birch, who voices the main character, does a great job. Again, I'm a big fan of hers. So that's wicked cool. But yeah, you can upgrade all your stuff. You can get unlimited fast travels, thank fucking God. But yeah, it's just, towards the end, it just got too repetitive, and I just dodged the combat. It just hits a point. It's like, I'm having a great time, and then for me, it just went and plateaued, and then that's like as much as I could play because it was just too tedious. But look, I'm not saying it's a bad game and that you shouldn't pick it up. You should pick this game up because it's really good and I thoroughly enjoy it. It's just another one of Sony's, third-person action games. Not that that's a bad thing, but it's fine. It's really good. I really thoroughly enjoy it, and I recommend that you pick it up. If it's cheap, of course, pick it up. Well, pick it up anyway. But yeah, the fucking character that looks like me and alone will probably give it Game of the Year. So I fully recommend Horizon Zero Dawn, but to me, again, it just hit a peak where I'm like, you know what, it's just too much. It's too much. And there's really nothing really else to do that's not combat driven. There's a couple of race things and stuff, but I don't know. It just kind of dragged out for me, unfortunately. So that's all my reviews for this week. Again, so in summary, Tom Clancy, A Wildlands sucks, Persona 5 really good, and Horizon Zero Dawn really good. So next week, I want to talk to you about Tropico 5, which I bought in the sale for $15. Gonna spoil that review now. If you haven't played a Tropico game and it's only $15, get it quickly. It's actually quite fun. Marcus pointed out that I played Tropico 3, not Tropico 1, because I'm a dickhead. I want to talk about Yakuza 0, which is another Japanese PlayStation exclusive, and I want you to recommend a game. I was going to say that, but I just bought on the sale Dying Light. If you go to my videos like years ago, I really wanted to play it, but it never got cheap. It's like, fuck it, I'm going to big dick it. I got it for $25, and that comes with the enhanced edition. It's downloading right now. We're up to fucking Jesus. We're not even halfway, and it's already downloaded 28 gigs. Shit. It's going to be a big download. Now, I asked you guys, what is your favorite bad game, or a game that you loved that everyone hated or thought was terrible, whether that be IGN or the powers that be at GameStop or your GameSpot or your friends or other gamers or people you don't respect, namely me. So, what the hell is it? Why is it downloading the fucking DLC first? This thing, honestly. Because so there it goes. The enhanced editions. It's downloading all the DLC first. Don't do that, you idiot. Download the fucking... whatever. Okay. What did I have? I tried to find my copy. It must be down here, packed away. But my favorite bad game is fucking Alpha Protocol on 360. I loved Alpha Protocol. It was a shit game. The combat was terrible. It was by Obsidian, who are known for doing South Park, Stick of Truth, and Fallout New Vegas. And I loved that fucking game. If you can get it cheap, you can probably go to like a pawn shop or Game Traders or whatever, CEX, and get it really cheap. I don't think it's backwards compatible. So yeah, I probably wouldn't pay more than $5 for it. If you can get it cheaper than that, it's an espionage game. It's like, what is it like? Gotta stop downloading fucking DLC. This game's giving me the shits. It's an espionage game where it's very talky and very narrative driven and driven by what you choose to do and what you choose to say and who you side with. There are gameplay in it, like little missions, and it's fucking terrible. Like you shoot and kill people, but based on what you do, the game changes heaps. I just go and look up footage of it. The game sucks, but I loved Alpha Protocol so much. I played it through like 4 times. And it wasn't even that much for achievements. It was just because I generally enjoyed the shit out of that game. So, your guys' answers... We'll put this down now. I'm going to have a hydration break. Right. Your guys' answers actually surprised me a bit as to what your friends class as a bad game. But we will get into that when I get to it. So in my emails first, Billy Joe emailed me again and he goes, "That's a massive fan of the Fable series." Poor guy. "I must say my favourite game that people hate would be Fable 3. I do prefer the first 2 in the series, but the third one is still pretty good in my opinion." I fucking hate Fable. Hate it. I thought Fable 3 was better than Fable 2. Fable 2 is probably the worst one. Fucking... Again, that brings into my thing. You had to woo people with your farting and like them, get it to be like 27%, and then Marcus came in, because I got it late, and Marcus joined in co-op and gave me like $1 trillion, and I just trounced the game. So yeah, I fucking do not like Fable at all. Not sad that it got shit canned. IDFK says not many people love Mafia 2 due to it being so linear, but I fucking love that game, cunt. I love how all you guys leave like cunt at the end of a comment or an email. It's actually quite heartwarming. I didn't think I said it that much, but anyway, I must. Yeah, Mafia 2. I liked Mafia 2. It just the great moments were so few and far between. And it was too linear. And I'll never forget at the end of every mission, because early in the game when you drop a car off at like a car crusher place, the guy's like, "Hey Vito, make sure you keep coming back because I got to work for you." And at the end of every mission I went through like a fucking dickhead, and they never did. It's like they had a grand vision of what they wanted to do, but it's like, no, we need a ship. Look, still a good game. Just for the soundtrack alone, dude. But yeah, Next Gen Trash says Mafia 3, go on, roast me cunt. Look, there's nothing I can say. If you like Mafia 3, then there is nothing I can say to, strip you of that. I think you are fucking absolutely insane. But more power to you. So on YouTube comments, I got a few. Peter Kite, Splinter Cell Conviction. Everyone seemed to dislike it because of the black and white detection system and linear campaign, but I couldn't get enough of it. I liked Splinter Cell Conviction. Oh, hang on. Fuck, which one was that? Yeah. I liked it. I didn't know people didn't like it that much. We need a new Splinter Cell game. I'd go crazy because there's a ton of good stealth games out there. Now I'm really into it because I just probably play Deus Ex again, and Hitman. I think we could very much do with a new Splinter Cell. I was quite surprised we didn't get to see one at Ubisoft actually. No one ever brings it up anymore though at E3 because everyone's like, "Oh, these are my E3 predictions. Like Microsoft are gonna have like Halo, like it's like a new one. Because they always have the most stupid things. And Sony's going to have, like, Agent by Rockstar. I think it's finally ready. But no one this year actually said Splinter Cell, I don't think, which is surprising. Yeah, but we need a new one. I love Splinter Cell. The Andreal... oh, God, how do you pronounce that? The Androdol. Sorry, I'm fucking these up. Does Mass Effect 3 count as a bad game? No. Arkham Knight is another one of those games a lot of people hate, but I really like. Who the fuck hates Arkham Knight? Okay. People, I think, hated the fucking shit Batmobile. And fair enough. The rest of the game was actually pretty cool. But no, Mass Effect 3 does not count as a bad game. Mass Effect 3 was incredible. The ending was a bit shithouse. I'm sticking with the indoctrination theory, and if you haven't seen the indoctrination theory, Google Mass Effect indoctrination theory and watch the video. It will change your fucking life. And I sound like a religious person when people throw facts at them. It's like, no, I can't hear. No, indoctrination theory. Codfish. It says, that's a name I recognise. Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. Really enjoyed the game, but fuck the haters. Gameplay was 10 out of 10. I went to a few preview events of that game and thought it was cool. I met the developer. I actually liked it. It just didn't have the legs to keep me playing. It was different, and I respect that, but it was just... I don't know. I think it tried to do a little bit too much without having a, like... Because Elder Scrolls can come out and do whatever they want because they're fucking Elder Scrolls. They can have this vast, gigantic world, but I think Kingdoms of Amalur probably had to nail, because it was a new... But yeah, I quite enjoyed it, but it just did not have the legs to keep me interested. Hellcat078 says, good to have you back, cunt. Thank you, cunt. My game would be Rage. From memory, everyone shut all over it, especially the ending, but apart from that, loved it. Loved the setting, story, and the weapons. Never really played Rage. Again, that was a game I went to a preview event for, met Tim Willis, interviewed him, and... I think he's like the head of id Software now that John Carmack left. Anyway, I was like, oh, so how are you going today? Megatextures. Oh, so what do you think of the game? Well, we've got megatextures, which is why the game was on 4 fucking discs. So what's your favorite part of the game? Megatextures. So yeah, I had a fun time with that actually. Drinking at 10 o'clock in the morning. You can't go wrong. But yeah, I never played it, so I can't comment. I think it was just a poor man's Fallout from what it looked like. But hey, if you enjoyed it, you enjoyed it. Corey J, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. I know it's shit, but I love the COD type gameplay, cunt. Never played it. I think I played fucking the PC Harry Potter, the first one they made, EA. And for some reason, I really liked that one, even though it was fucking garbage. So yeah, if you enjoy it, you enjoyed it. Nathan says, as for a bad game I enjoyed recently, I'd say mine is Need for Speed 2015. Aside from the compulsory online play and some specific shitty game mechanics and the shit show that was the Bro Monster energy drink fueled story, the gameplay was actually enjoyable. It felt like they got developers for the series that finally pulling back to what the series should have become after those early 2000s classics, particularly Return of Customization, which made the older games unique, and the free roam play. So even though you shit on the upcoming game during your E3 video, personally, I'm keen for what's to come. Great. See, that's right there. If I say a game's shit and you love it, fuck me, I'm wrong. And if you say a game's good and I hate it, fuck you, you're wrong. So yeah, if you're looking forward to it, you're looking forward to it. I like Need for Speed Pursuit when they were out many, many, many years ago, and all the other ones I thought were crap. So yeah, Grim Reaper 4383 says, what about the Borderlands games DLC? Don't know, never played them. Are you saying I should play them or they were bad? I don't know. I Marcus XBL, who is Marcus, by the way, the man I always talk about, the man in my heart. I was going to censor him and never put these in episodes, but I thought, no, I'm going to be nice. He says, Brothers in Arms Hell's Highway, critically and commercially acclaimed, but your dumbass doesn't like it. Okay. This is... He gives me shit for liking Saints Row, and I gave him shit for fucking liking Brothers in Arms, so let's troll him a little bit. Brothers in Arms sucks. The squad mechanics are fucking terrible. This is what'll get him. It's a story about some magic gun in World War II in World War II Europe. The gameplay was terrible. The whole game was go here and destroy this flak cannon. No wonder, fucking hell, if this really happened in real life, the Germans must have blew their entire fucking thing on flak cannons. It was nothing but flak cannons. Destroy these flak cannons. Fuck you, Marcus, and fuck Brothers in Arms. And fuck their stupid achievements. Brothers in Arms, if you don't know, had achievements for like, play this game for 30 days. Play this game once a day for 3 months. Play this game once a day for 365 days. And they had an achievement to play it on I can't remember the date, but I know it was the date Operation, was it Market Garden started? But they delayed the game, so people had to wait a whole year. Dickheads. So yeah, fuck you, Marcus. Game sucks. Tony Scott says, I'd probably say the game I really love a lot that people don't care for is The Legend of Dragoon. Such a remarkable game. Sadly, everyone was too damn distracted with Final Fantasy VII at the time. Well before my time of playing serious games. I've heard of it, but I can't speak of it. So as long as you enjoy it, I suppose. Sam Clemens says, this is a weird one for Bioshock Infinite. Everyone I know hates it, but to me it's my favourite game ever. Who hates Bioshock Infinite? Are these people that just play Call of Duty? Be honest. Bioshock Infinite was great. Craziness. Earlsy says, Saints Row 2. Dude, come on. Everyone loves Saints Row 2. I love Saints Row 2 so fucking much, it's not even funny. Good game. Love it. Go and get it if you haven't already. It's incredible. G4OG says, I adored Modern Warfare 2 despite the game's multiplayer being completely broken and unbalanced. Most of my friends really didn't like the campaign either, but I thought it was one of the better COD campaigns. I thought it was one of the better COD campaigns too, and the multiplayer was fucking terrible, but it had local search. No, it didn't. Hang on. Fuck, it didn't. It didn't have local search at launch. I remember this now. Bastards. And the multiplayer was a broken fucking mess. But people tend to like it. And they always came back with the argument, yeah, but the shotguns aren't unbalanced because, like, you have them as well. Because that's what fucking game balance is, you dickhead. Even though it was fucking hilarious and really fun to walk around with dual-wield shotguns. But, you know, it was a silly game. N7 Brown, so you were disappointed by Mass Effect Andromeda, who wasn't? My answer would be Saints Row. Fucking come on, man. What are you doing to me? Did Marcus put you up to this? Saying why are you playing this absurd GTA clone, and my response is simply more fun than GTA and the customization is insane, entertaining. Kieran, thank you very much. Look, I always like to say this. Just look, as if when we play Call of Duty, did we go, well, this is a fucking Doom ripoff? No, we don't. Look, anyone can make an open world game. Look at how many fucking open world games there are now. No one ever says it. No one ever goes, well, fucking this is a GTA clone. Even though, to be fair, Grand Theft Auto fucking defined open world. I'll pay that. But look, you can be inspired by it. Saints Row 2 was just more fun. That way, it was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas 2 for those who wanted it over Grand Theft Auto 4. That's what Saints Row was, and it was fucking incredible, and I loved it. Gabriel K with 3 thumbs up, so a lot of people agree with him, all 3 of you. Unless, Gabriel, you're going and liking your own comment, which I don't do. LA Noire for sure, I loved it. Sure, it's a very linear game in an open world and does have its flaws, but I'm a huge sucker for that time and setting. The atmosphere was amazing and characters were great. Even though Team Bondi are gone, Rockstar still own the IP, so I hope they make a sequel at some point. Huge potential, in my opinion. LA Noire was interesting. It was just weird. I'll never forget, like, the murder thing where it tries to set this massive red herring, and the whole time I'm like, it's not him. It's not him. I just know. My detective sense was tingling. So yeah, I think it had a lot of potential. It's weird that Rockstar had something to do with it because it just seemed, I don't know, they must have knew that it wasn't that good of a game. Look, this is kind of like Mafia 2. If you want to have a linear game, have a linear game. Just don't have an open world. Like, you don't need the facade of an open world. It just, you know what I mean? But yeah, LA Noire was fine. I kind of liked it. It was different, and it was an Australian developed game, which is rare as rocking horse shit now. Matthew Sutton, I was actually a pretty big fan of Assassin's Creed 3 and Far Cry Primal. Fuck me, right? Dude, you're crazy. Far Cry Primal, I think, would have been better served as a piece of downloadable content rather than a full fucking game. Oh, I think Dying Light finished downloading. Interesting. We'll go play that now. So yeah, in terms of Assassin's Creed 3, I think that was when the series peaked in follow this cunt missions and don't get fucking detected. Fuck that shit. But we got to play as Chief Grand Cherokee, so that was pretty fun. Criminal Mastermind, I like that spelling. Army of Two Devils Cartel was a game that everyone ripped to shreds when it came out, but I was the one kid that loved it so much I played it through 5 times. Mate, whatever floats your boat. Never played it, personally. Throwback Gaming, who is a real masochist, says Two Worlds and Two Worlds 2. It was so bad it was good. Dude, you fucking... I haven't played them, but I just heard how shit they were. And especially because I think Two Worlds 1 was really hyped and was a complete fucking disaster. Man Boob King. Mine would be Destiny. Yes, it had a shitty launch, but I stuck with it, improved over time, and it was one of the few first-person shooter games that felt good to play on a controller. Destiny is a complete game now via overpriced DLC and updates. Mate, if you love it, you love it. I didn't. I don't want to put the time in waiting for a game to be fucking good. You know what I mean? So it never appealed to me. Fletcher VI also says Assassin's Creed 3. Dude, some of you people, crazy. Jack Mack, I think, fucking has to take the crown here for the shittiest game that you like. The Order 1886. Bought it for $8 on flash sale. People said it was bad, but I loved it and plan to replay it. Dude, I have no words. I played it for probably an hour and thought this is fucking terrible. And I'll never forget, like, because you can't run in that game or skip things. So you're walking really slow. And I think this is like one of the opening parts of the game. And the woman's like, oh, fuck, you got here in a hurry. No, I didn't, you dumb bitch. I was walking through some linear fucking corridor that I couldn't run through. God damn you. Hated it. Thought it was a shit game. That's the one game on N4G. This big Sony fan side. Oh, it needs a sequel. No, it doesn't. You idiots. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the second episode of the KieranCast. Let me know again if you want MP3s. I can do it if you want. I just need to know how to like put it in a more fun format for you guys. Well, you don't have to actually download it. You can just stream it. Maybe I can do Google Drive. I'll look into it. Anyway, next week, again, what am I going to talk about? Tropico 5, Yakuza 0, maybe Dying Light if I have enough time. And I want your answers to what is the game or the games or the console or whatever it was that convinced you that games are A, are an art form, and B, this is a hobby for you and a serious thing instead of just, playing FIFA on the weekend. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe. I'm out. Au revoir.